A couple of weeks ago, my son Santos woke up with a swollen face. This side of his mouth and neck was swollen, and the next following few days, it got bigger and bigger. So we decided that we needed to go see a doctor. Now, our doctor has retired, and we haven't been able to find another one because that is the way the healthcare system is where I live right now. So we had to go to a walk-in clinic and find out what was going on. So what I needed the doctor to do was tell me exactly what it was so that I knew how to treat it. And we went to see the doctor. She was amazing. And she said, yes, this is a bacterial infection, and it's in a cavity, like a sinus cavity in your face. So she knew exactly what it was. So it's like perfect. She prescribed an antibiotic. Now, I am not a fan of antibiotics unless it is a last resort. 100%. If nothing else works, then yes, for sure. But I just needed to know what it was so I knew how to treat it. And we took the prescription but never filled it. And from that moment of knowing what it was, I used a couple of different types of foods and oils to help heal it. And the next day it started to go down. And within 4 days, it was totally gone. So it worked very, very quickly. And a week ago, my mom ended up with this huge blood blister on her big toe. And it was like the whole size of the big toe. And she decided she was going to pop it. And then the whole toe started to get infected. And it was super red when she showed me. Now, she went to see a foot specialist. And the first thing the foot specialist did was prescribe an antibiotic. So I was not happy about this because she was already taking it by the time I started to help her. But she, in her brain, was like, no, I need to take this antibiotic. I'm like, okay, if you just do what I tell you to do, your foot is going to heal way more quickly. So I gave her a couple of things. And the next day, her toe started to get better. She was concerned because it was starting to get like a bright red. So that's a sign of infection. And the next day, after giving her my foods, basically, foods, oils, all whole clean stuff, her toe remarkably and noticeably started to heal very quickly. And within a couple of days, the new skin was growing and the infection was almost gone. And so you could see that this form of healing, what I offered her, was working way better than the other one. So unfortunately, she still took the antibiotics, much to my dismay, but she did notice that as soon as she took the stuff that I suggested and recommended, that her body bounced right back and she could see that it was healing very, very quickly. She was actually quite surprised of the results that she got. And I was not surprised. And they're just based on foods or herbs or oils, just basic, whole, clean, natural remedies. That's always my go-to. And if those don't work, then as a last resort, I would go to the antibiotic, because the antibiotic, yes, it totally annihilates the bad bacteria, but it annihilates the good bacteria too. So it pretty much wipes out your immune system. And then you got to start from scratch again. So in my way of thinking, we always want to be improving and boosting and nourishing our immune system, because remember, if our body's in homeostasis, it can heal itself. And the reason I'm telling you these stories is because the philosophy of foods can heal our bodies, or if we get our body in homeostasis, it can heal itself. It works the same when it comes to weight loss. And I talk a lot about this because as women, we're always concerned about how we look or our weight. But what I want us to be concerned about is our health. Because I think if we're healthy, the rest will take care of itself. And I wanted to just give you 3 of my top herbs for weight loss. There's so many foods that help with weight loss. Like, if you've listened to my podcast, calorie density. So these are all the foods that are wonderful for weight loss, because you can eat as much as you like and you won't gain weight just because they are low in calorie density, but they're full of water, nutrients, and fiber, and you couldn't possibly overeat it because it would fill up your stomach. So when I talk about things like that for weight loss, I'm talking about abundance. I'm talking about nourishing your body. And there's so many other foods, like when we talk about resistant starches, those don't get processed in your gut. And so in your stomach, they go all the way down through your digestive tract, and they get processed and eaten by the good gut bacteria in your digestive tract. And so those are low in calories because your body doesn't absorb the calories, if that makes sense. So there's so many ways that we can use food to heal our body. You just want to understand how your body works, and you want to understand foods that can support you on this journey. And so today I'm just going to tell you about my top 3. Just to put it out there so that you can try them, experience them, or just keep them in your brain for maybe when you want to try them. But the top 3 herbs for weight loss, the first one is cinnamon. Now, cinnamon has cinnamaldehyde, which slows down stomach emptying and increases your calorie burn. So you can see how by just taking this one food, this cinnamon, it helps your body to just slow down so you feel full for longer. But you burn more calories. It speeds up your metabolism. But there's different kinds of cinnamon. This one is called Ceylon. So it's also known as true cinnamon. So this one is the best kind of cinnamon. This is the one that is the healthiest for you. And you can sprinkle this on your food. You could take a supplement if you want, but cinnamon is just so lovely and it's easy to incorporate into your food every day. But you got to do what works for you. I want to tell you a couple other bonuses about cinnamon, because since you're using it for weight loss, you might as well know what a rock star it actually is. It is huge for anti-inflammation. It also helps with blood clotting. It can help balance your sugar levels in your blood as well. So that's like the blood sugar levels are the insulin. So it's like store fat or not store fat. So that's how it helps with weight loss as well. And it helps to stop the growth of microbial fungus and bacteria, especially candida, which is huge for a lot of women, especially as they go through menopause, because a lot of what we think is menopausal symptoms can be yeast overgrowth. That's a whole other thing. I'll do another podcast on that. And so cinnamon helps our bodies to respond better to insulin. And that's how it's one of the key factors in it being a really good ally for weight loss. So who doesn't love a little cinnamon in a coffee or on some oatmeal or on an apple? So good. Okay, the next one is cayenne pepper. So cayenne pepper has capsicum, which helps to boost your metabolism. It internally boosts your metabolism because it has that internal heat. It fires things up, but it is also a blood stimulant. So when you are talking about cayenne, like I can't eat hot stuff. I'm just somebody who is super wimpy when it comes to spicy foods. And so you could get the cayenne pepper as a supplement, or you could get an oil as well, or you could just have the hot peppers. If you are brave and you're a hot tamale and you like the heat, then you go for it. You put that in your food, because the best way for to use any kind of food as a supplement or a superfood or a medicine is in its food form, because it's been the least amount of processed. But there are other ways for wimpy people such as myself who just can't stand the heat. You can do an oil, or you could do a capsule. It's wonderful. Cayenne is wonderful for any type of pain. You can get a capsicum cream, so it could be topical and it could be regional. So if you have a bad knee, you could put a capsicum cream on your skin and it will go into the area where there's pain. This is really, really wonderful for people who suffer from arthritis, because if you have arthritis in your hands, you can use the cream on your hands and it's going to help be a pain reliever. It's a huge pain reliever. But cayenne, not just boosting your metabolism and helping with weight loss, also helps to strengthen your arterial walls and your heart. It improves your circulation. And so when you have better circulation, it improves your skin health. It aids in the removal of toxins. It opens your capillaries, so it dilates your blood vessels. And if somebody is having a heart attack, you can use cayenne pepper instead of aspirin because it does the same thing. But aspirin is the number one cause of ulcers and causes brain and eye bleeds. So the cayenne pepper does not have any of those nasty side effects. And the woman that I train with has told stories or a story about somebody having a heart attack and her giving them a teaspoon of the cayenne pepper and it stopped the heart attack. It had the same effect as taking 2 of the small aspirin because it does the same thing, only it's all natural. It can help to constrict blood vessels when there's a bleed. It can boost your hydrochloric acid for better digestion. So that's also how it helps in weight loss, because as we get older, our hydrochloric acid in our stomach, which digests our food, it starts to get less and less. So it's harder to digest food. And if you're not digesting food, then you're not getting the nutrients out of it. And then you're not getting the energy from the nutrients. So this helps with digestion. Did you know that it can also ease a sore throat? So if you feel something coming on, say you have like a cold or a flu coming on, it stimulates the immune system. So you could do a couple of drops of the cayenne pepper oil and boom, it's going to help fight a cold or a flu or help ease a sore throat. But it can help with pain. Arthritis, pain is not fun. And the capsicum cream can really, really help when it comes to pain. Some people use it as a blood thinner instead of warfarin as well. And if you have poor circulation, you can use it to help increase your circulation and get better circulation. But the key about the cayenne pepper is that you do not want to use it if you have stomach ulcers. That's the only time where it would be contraindicated. So don't use it if you have stomach ulcers. But look at this huge list of amazing ways that cayenne pepper can not only help you with weight loss, but can help you with your health in general. You can see that when you use foods for one thing, you're going to get all these side benefits from it. How fabulous is this? Okay, and the third and final herb that I want to talk about today for weight loss is ginger, because ginger targets belly fat. And what happens when we hit midlife is we get this belly fat, and that's just because our hormones are changing and our body changes and goes, now we're going to store the fat in our stomach. That's the way it's designed. But ginger will help to target this belly fat. It is a close relative to the capsicum from the cayenne pepper, and it's called gingerol. So it is a master of anti-inflammatory. It is a master anti-inflammatory. And inflammation is the key to most diseases. It doesn't matter what disease you're talking about, inflammation is present and a causer of this disease. So the more you can have an anti-inflammatory lifestyle and diet, not just a diet, it's not just food, but stress. When you're stressed, that can cause inflammation. So the more you can live an anti-inflammatory lifestyle, the healthier you're going to be and the less disease you're going to have in your body. Because ginger is just so amazing at reducing inflammation. You can also use it for nausea. It's huge for nausea. It just helps with digestion with your stomach. If you ever have an upset stomach, ginger is the way to go for sure. It can warm somebody up It's definitely a hot herb. It's good for sore throats. Anytime my kids say that they're not feeling well, the first thing I do is make ginger tea. I used to chop up ginger and then boil it for 10 minutes, but now what I do is I take my grater, my zester, and I just take fresh ginger and I put it into a cup, and then I just put boiling water in it. I let it sit for 10 minutes, and then I just drink that tea or give them that tea. And then you eat the ginger that's in it too, because it's shredded ginger, so it's really, really good. As a matter of fact, I've been adding this to my daily tea. I'm taking green tea, and I'll try to have a ginger tea throughout the day as well, because it is just such a wonderful, wonderful element to have in your body. So if you're not feeling good, sore throat, nausea, stomach, anything, digestion, ginger is your go-to. But it helps to boost your metabolism as well. I also want you to know that ginger is amazing for joints. So if you have, again, arthritis or any kind of issue with something that's sprained, you can do a ginger poultice. So you just, again, grate the ginger and put it onto a nice little piece of material, and then put it on your knee, and then put some saran wrap around it so it doesn't leak, and then just leave it on there. And it is going to help with the inflammation and the pain. It's wonderful. Like a ginger poultice is amazing for gout, but also digestion and nausea. So if you take these 3 foods and incorporate them into your diet, they are going to help you on your weight loss journey. They are going to be weight loss allies. But I also want to invite you to think about how powerful this is. I am telling you, if you want to lose weight or heal your body, it's all about food. So I am telling you this because I want you to be like fascinated by it and think, what's going on with my body and what food can help me solve for this? And weight loss is one of those things. How can you eat more and lose weight? How can you eat the right foods to aid your body to heal itself? That is the thing that most industries don't want you to know. The food industry does not want you to know this. Definitely Big Pharma does not want you to know this. The health system, they do not want you to know this, because they make their money on you buying their drugs. They make their money on you being sick. In my perfect world, people will heal their bodies through food. They'll know their bodies. They'll listen to their bodies. They'll trust their bodies. And it'll be a preventative health industry that we have. So right now, it's like when somebody's sick, we try to fix them, but we fix them with a pill that just masks the symptoms. In my perfect world, people are taking ownership of their health, and they know when something's off, and they try to use food and herbs to heal that, but they're always preventative. It's like, how can I make my body the healthiest I can make it so it doesn't get sick, so that I'm never trying to have to recover from an illness, but I'm always getting my body into homeostasis. And that's what we want to just be focusing on. What's lacking for my body to be in homeostasis? So my friends, try these out. Just let me know what you think. You never know till you try it. I just do the strangest things, but it's only strange because it's not mainstream. And the examples that I gave you at the beginning that's just how I live my life. If anything comes up, my first response is like, what kind of food can help with this? What kind of natural plant medicine can help with this? And that's my first go-to. And it works because our body is just so brilliant, and nature is so amazing. All the answers, all the solutions, all the medicine is out there in nature. We just got to know what we're dealing with and what we're looking for, how we solve for that. So my friends, take this and run with it and enjoy all of these spices and herbs on your food, and help yourself to boost your metabolism at the same time. It's win-win-win when you're using food to heal your body and to lose weight all at once. Thank you for listening. Always, always, always love yourself first, and have an amazing day.